You're listening to Menopause Natural Solutions, episode 31, Intuition and Meditation with Lanekennedy. Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause and menopause related. Stay tuned as naturopath Jennifer Harrington explains how to use natural therapies to transform your health and happiness. Welcome back to our special end of the year guest series. And today I have another awesome guest, Lanekennedy. Lane helps others tame their mind, de-stress, eliminate anxiety, and sleep more deeply. My motives for inviting Lane to join us today are selfish, but I'm not going to apologise because I really think we could all do with some help, especially de-stressing at this time of year. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Not only is Lane a mindfulness-based stress reduction meditation teacher, she is also a yoga nidra guide, a Gottfried protocol practitioner, a high-performance coach, and a biohacker. Welcome, Lane.
Jennifer, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. I love the work that you're doing, and one of the reasons why I really wanted to connect with you was to discuss intuition today.
Mm-hmm.
With my book that hopefully is released by the time this podcast airs, there's a section on intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And intuition is something that I really believe that women need to develop. We instinctively have it. We're born with it, but sometimes we suppress it and it gets lost. So I was so glad to find you. And would you mind talking about things that we can do to improve our sense of intuition?
So important. So important. This is such a big topic and so near and dear to my heart. And I can't wait to read your book because I think all of us, we have this intuition, but we all find it differently. We use it differently. It comes to us differently. And I often hear, how do you know? How do I get in touch with it? And it's really just taking a moment to listen.
Yeah.
Like I can't simplify it any more than that. You know, we can do all these vision questing and go climb mountains, but really, if I just sit and listen, I can hear.
Yeah.
And I think nowadays we're so bombarded by all the noise around us, you know, the technology and the traffic and parents and kids. And it's hard to listen. Right?
Yeah. And I love the way that if you don't listen, your body starts talking louder.
Yeah.
And louder and louder until you eventually do take notice.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard. Right. Sometimes it takes an illness, it takes an accident, it takes a divorce. Like sometimes, you know, like all these things can happen before we finally I guess I should listen now.
Yes. So what tips do you have for helping women to discover their voice?
Well, one of the biggest tools that I help or I kind of guide or steer people to is, you know, first it's like, can you create a mindfulness practice? You know, and just become mindful of your thoughts and mindful of your thinking. Can you distinguish your thoughts from the calm stillness of your intuition? And so once I have that conversation, they're like, no, I can't do that. I'm like, okay, then why don't we just meditate and see where that lands you. And I think that's a really easy way to slip in and discover the intuition.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's gentle. I mean, but there's so many different practices of meditation. So it just depends on what type of meditation. If you have a facilitator, if you're not, if you're just trying to sit there and look at a candle, like there's so many different ways to meditate.
Yep. I even find, like, I've just got back from a morning run, and I find my run can be my meditation. Just
absolutely
empty my mind. And a lot of people say, no, I'm not a meditator, but meditation's for everyone. And I'm just having a look at your list of clients. So the US Department of Defense, the San Francisco Police Department, the Zuckerberg General Hospital, like, these are people from all walks of life.
Yeah. All walks of life, all type A, right? Corporate, like nose down, get work done, family oriented, business minded, successful people.
Definitely. It's all walks of life.
All walks of life. And then I have a large, contingency of mothers, because I am so passionate, like you, about women.
Yeah.
Well, we are women. And moms, right? Like, right. And I just me personally, moms are so important, and I struggle so much, just being a parent, and when I first gave birth, and just the whole postpartum, and, without finding a mindfulness and a meditation practice, I don't think that I would be standing on this planet, honestly.
Well, I'm glad you found it.
Yeah, me too.
So can you tell us some of the benefits of meditation?
Oh my gosh. They're endless, Jennifer. They're endless. The first is like, okay, so I just speak from my own personal experience, but this really, I see this with clients and other women, and my male colleagues and contemps as well. But it's this kind of hormonal regulation, and being able to regulate the hormones enough so we're not so moody. I'm just going to put it nicely. That's
part of the
like
female condition.
Yeah, like just taking that edge off, and that like angst and that perfectionism, and then that struggle, and that kind of just that moody, up and down moody thing that would happen. Meditation is one of the, like, it's profound in helping the hormonal cascade and just regulating the hormones. The second thing that I find that really, really has helped my life with the meditation is my sleep. And I see this all the time as well with others. Meditation just changes the neurochemistry of the brain. And again, it's dealing with you're dealing with the hormones of the body. And so when we start to drop into different brain states and change the chemical state, we start to sleep. And once we start to sleep, the body begins to restore, right? On so many levels. Like, we are walking around this planet, like we're tired. There's so many people who are like sleep deprived, and they don't even know it, because they're grabbing for another cup of coffee and a donut, or they're grabbing for a second something later on, or like a little chocolate bar. But those are all signs of like a sleep disorder, of the body being deprived of that sleep nutrients, for lack of a better word. So sleep has been a big gift, a result of meditation.
Yeah. And that is something that most of the women that I speak to in my work really, really need. They really need a good night's sleep. They can't remember the last time they've had a good night's sleep.
Right?
And this is a drug-free good night's sleep.
Yes, yes. It's so funny you say that, because I was out with a group of women, and they started talking about, the drugs, the sleep medications. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? What do you mean? Like, why aren't you meditating? Like, and they had no idea. They're like, what do you mean? And it's just because people aren't talking about it.
Yeah.
It's like,
and there's so many different forms. So you've tried meditation. It hasn't worked for you before. Try a different form.
Yeah. There's so many different, it's, when I go work with the police, I'm dealing with the brute, the male tough guys. And the sergeant always talks about, you could always do binaural beats, if you don't want to hear a sound of a voice. And then I always get a wisecrack, no, I love her voice in the back, but it's, there's music, the binaural beats, right? There's so many, like you're saying, there's so many different types, chanting. It goes on and on.
And you've even spoke to me in the past about time. Like, you don't need to put aside 10 days to do a silent retreat. It doesn't even need to be a day. It can be, what were you saying? Like 1 breath or 1 minute.
Yeah. That's it. It's like 1 breath, 1 minute. And I laugh about this because people, again, we're so busy. We're not really plugged into ourselves. So even 1 breath can change everything, right? Because it changes the neurochemistry. And as soon as your brain starts to change, you start to change and think differently. So I try to start with like just 60 seconds, 1 minute. And people can like stay in their bathroom for 1 minute longer. Just keep that door closed. Don't go see the kids. Don't forget the dog.
Lock the door.
Yeah, just lock it, right? And just look at your clock and be like, okay, 1 minute, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to breathe. And before you know it, you're like, oh, that was like so fast. Okay, I just did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super easy.
So I think I was telling you last time we spoke that I used to be a regular meditator, and then life got busy, parenthood. I fell out of my routine.
Yeah.
And it's been this year. Oh, no, it actually was last year. I got back into my regular daily practice. And for me, my starting point was 10 minutes a day, because I knew I could find 10 minutes in every day.
Yeah.
And the benefits I have found have been really good energy levels. Like I'm pretty energetic anyway, but I can notice it. It's like that 10% little lift. Yeah. And I would say my clarity of thought is much better. And my happiness. Again, there's just that little lift in happiness.
Yes. Yes. Those are the juicy benefits. I always talk about the kind of like hard benefits, because those are all just a given for me. Like the happiness, it's like, yes, this is exciting. I get to feel good again.
Yeah. Well, even like I was feeling good before, but it's just that little lift. Like I said, potentially little 10%. And I know there is a book out there called 10% Happier. And
well, yeah, Dan Harris, right? Dan Harris talks about it. It's just 10%. Like, do you want to like make your life just 10% happier? Like just 10%. And then if you take that 10% happier and that feeds out into every area of your life, just imagine that for a minute.
And for me, it all started with just 10 minutes a day. Was no financial investment, was no pills I had to pop, was just 10 minutes of my day. Right.
And now there's so many apps that are free, right? Correct. And you're on that side of the planet. You have Insight Timer. So it's like Yahoo. Beautiful.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit more about you and how people can work with you.
Oh, oh my goodness. Well, I'm here in the beautiful San Francisco, California, the United States, and I love it. And I am so grateful for just being able to do what I do and help people find, I call it bliss. And I call bliss naps, because I do a lot of work, again, like I was saying, with moms. And I discovered yoga nidra, and which is another type of meditation. And I had no idea what this was. And I found it at a time, of meditating for 20 years. And I was just kind of at that place of how come my meditation practice is not going deeper? And how come I'm not that 10% happier is gone? I was really like, ugh. And I found yoga nidra, and it changed my life. I slept so deeply, but I connected more profoundly to that deep, soft stillness, the intuition that we were talking about at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. I haven't told you, but a good friend of mine is a professional singer, and he does it almost every time before a performance. Just helps him center and focus so he can get out there and do his very best performance possible.
Yes. It's such a profound practice, and it's so gentle. And I bring this up for women because, we don't have time. We're super busy. But when I used to meditate, I would be sitting upright. And it was very hard to do that because the body gets fidgety. And so this practice, we lay down, and we actually lay down to wake up. And it feels amazing. So this practice I do for women, and the cool thing is that, we do have this online world. And so I have this nap club, and, we get on there, and they go through a 30 to 40 minute meditation, and they wake up to a new person after this 30 to 40 minute meditation. And it's been really lovely watching women change all over the world from this practice, because they're not sitting upright. It's not masculine. It's very feminine. And I can't even believe that I'm using that term, like these terms, but it's just soothing to the soul, to the body. And it's very healing and transformative. And so I love sharing the practice of yoga nidra. I created my own app, which is I'm really excited about, where I have a bunch of different practices on there. I couldn't really find yoga nidra app specific, so I created my own, and now I'm sharing that with whoever will listen, Jennifer, because this practice is it's so transformative. If you lie your body down to rest, to wake up for 30 days, it's like I almost dare you to do that, to see what will happen. And if nothing happens,
it's not possible.
It's not possible. That's the thing. Like, it's not possible. Yeah. It's not possible.
No, but for someone who's been a regular meditator, who's taken a break, who's gone back, like I would say, although you can feel instant benefits from taking 1 minute out, from taking 10 minutes out, when you start doing it regularly, you just hit an all new level. And for me, it probably took a week to level up, which is not a long time.
Not at all. Right? Like 7 days.
So if you're doing 30 days, it's not possible not to level up several times.
Right. I mean, that's where you start to think about the psychology of somebody, right? It's like, really, where do you want to change? Are you ready to change? Are you really ready to change? Because if you're really ready to change, then lay your body down for 30 days to wake up to a new you. Like, and people are like, whoa, wait a minute. What? Serious? Yeah. try it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you need a baby step, I've seen on your website the 7-day.
Yes. Just, a little introduction. Just get started. Dip your toe in.
Yep. But if you
See what
are
it's all
really
about.
ready for change, then go the whole hog.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? I mean, again, it just depends on where somebody's at and if they're ready. And people come in and out of meditation, right? Like, oh, I'll try it for a little bit. And then they get busy and they're like, oh, I'm so happy. Everything's great. And then they stop doing it. And they're like, oh, wait a minute. I forgot. I need to do that again. And then they come back.
I wonder who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's so great. And again, just for women, because I'm so focused on, healing women, because I believe that it's women that are going to kind of transform this planet. Yeah. It's like, if I look at all the things that are happening, it's like women need to come together, and we have the power to do that if we're taking care of ourselves.
Yes. Yes. But going back to a point you made before, when I did stop my practice, I knew something was missing. I knew that life just wasn't running as smoothly. And it's easy to break a habit. It's hard to start a habit. But it once you realize, okay, this is what I'm missing. This is what I need to do. You feel so good that it's actually not that hard to make a new habit, because the benefits are there from day one. Yeah. Any chances we could get a demo, a little meditation demo from you?
Yeah. You want to do it now?
Why not?
You want to do like how long? 2 minutes, 3 minutes? What do you want to do?
Whatever you feel comfortable with. So guys, if you are listening to this and you're driving, it might be a better one to come back to later. And one of the good things about being recorded is, if you love this little meditation, you can come back and re-listen to this podcast again at a later point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get into it. I'm excited. So find a place to get yourself comfortable, right? And you're going to, if you're sitting, you can sit or you can lie down. And you want to, if you're sitting, place the soles of your feet flat. And you want to place the hands on your thighs. And the palms can go up or down. And if you're lying down, just allow your body to rest on the surface with your feet and legs hip width apart and your shoulders drawn back, allowing space between the arms and the body, and the hands can go up or down. And we'll begin the practice, excuse me, by simply closing the eyes. And together, we'll take an inhale and hold the inhale at the top, and exhale, letting it all out, letting the mouth drop. And we'll do that again. Inhale, hold at the top, and exhale. And just simply feel how the body has released. And notice the stillness in your being. And bring your attention to a sound in your room that's the furthest from your body. And now bring that attention to the closest sound you may hear, which may be your own breath, or it may be the beat of your own heart. And continue to find the rhythm of your breath. Allowing the breath to circle through the nose. And just feel that breath come into the nasal passage. And notice the temperature of the air as it comes in the nose. And how it feels as it is exhaled. And bringing the breath into the nose and allowing it to gently flow out of the nose. And continue to breathe at your pace. Breathing gently and effortlessly. And bring your attention to the very top of your head. And just feel the awareness at the top of your head. And allow the awareness to sink into the head, as if it's melting over your entire head. It reaches your shoulders. And that awareness flows down the shoulders, over the torso, the body, over the buttocks, down the thighs and knees. And that awareness moves all the way down to the toes. And the body rests in this awareness. And allow your breath to move all the way back up the midline. And allow it to drop gently into the heart space. And just feel your breath expand the heart. And the exhale contracts the heart. And there's a rhythm to your breath. And it's easy and gentle. It's calm. just like you. And meditation is something that we practice daily. It's something we'll never perfect. It's a skill. And that we strengthen. And on your next breath, find yourself moving your fingers, wiggling your fingers and your toes, and slowly opening your eyes and coming back into your space and taking a breath and thanking yourself for this practice. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.
Wow. Thank you so much. And I can certainly see why members of the police force want to hear your voiceover music. It is such a beautiful, soothing voice.
Oh, thank you.
So you need to tell all the women out there how they find you.
Yeah, lanekennedy.com. Like that's my home. That's where I live. Or on Instagram at lanekennedy.levy. Those are the two places I hang out all the time. I'm just there. So Lane Kennedy Levy. And I have a free yoga nidra practice and a free app. So, that's another way that they can get a hold of me, and that's out there. So if they want to go get the free practice, they can just jump on my website, lanekennedy.com/free YN practice. And then there's the 7-day free course. And then the app, I'll send you the link so you can have that too.
Fantastic. So I'll put that all in the show notes.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, look, thank you so much for your time today. I have got great value out of it. I'm sure everybody else has as well. And namaste.
Namaste. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide and is not intended to replace medical advice.